Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button down below and also like the video, and if you don't like the video, I'm sorry. So today I wanted to do something a little bit different, a more kind of like serious video. I wanted to make a video on how to be more positive. This is something that I still struggle with. High-key. A lot of my close friends know that like I'm super down on myself. Like I'm so down on myself, and then like other people who are my friends but don't know me as well, they think that like, you know, like not that I'm always happy, but like that I'm just like chilling, you know, living, you know, my best life, which I am to a degree. But not everybody can be like happy all the time. Like that's just how you look or you appear. I wanted to make this video for myself, but also for anybody watching, because being positive can be really difficult, especially in a world where, you know, you feel like life is unfair. Why did this happen to me? Why this? Why that? And it's really hard to stay positive. So like a lot of the times when I when I am down on myself, like I'll be positive about it. Like I'm positively negative, if that makes any sense. So like at soccer, like I'll be kicking a ball and like I'll kick it and like I'll miss like completely, like it'll be so bad, and I'm like, oh, just another failure by Mackenzie Bria, and like I laugh it off, and it's funny and it's a joke, and like yeah, I'm kidding, but like I'm still telling my brain that it's okay to be negative on yourself, and that's not something you should do. Obviously, I know a coping method for anything that you're dealing with. A lot of times, you know, laughter is an option. However, it's not always effective. I can laugh off all the hate that I put on myself. I can laugh it all off, but you know, at the end of the day, it's still kind of there. So first thing to do to try to be a little bit more positive is write down a list of all the things you love about yourself. And if that's really hard for you because you're such a negative person, try listing for everything that you dislike about yourself. Name 3 things you like about yourself. For instance, I'll give an example. I don't like how large my forehead is. When I was a kid, people would throw around the word like 5 head, and I didn't know what it meant, so I looked it up and I'm like, oh, great, that's cool. And it made me super duper insecure, so that's something. And then ever since then, like now every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, why? So I hate my large forehead, but 3 things I like about myself. I like that I can make funny, stupid, dumb jokes. I like how I always try to like cheer people up. If somebody's down and I see it, like I'll always try to help somebody out if they need. I like about how if I'm truly passionate about something, I will follow through with it. So yeah, so just something like along those lines. It kind of teaches your brain like, okay, yes, there are flaws about me. Yes, I'm not perfect. However, I have more positive things than negative things. So why don't I focus on what I have more of? And that's kind of like the point to get at. Number 2, compliment people. Now, I know you're thinking, you're like, hey, this video is supposed to help me be a positive person. What do other people have to do with it? But when I go to school, every time that like I compliment somebody, smile on their face, like I love seeing it. Like I was walking in the hall earlier and I saw this girl and I loved her outfit. I was like, oh my gosh, I love your outfit. And she's like, oh my gosh, thank you. And she was so happy, and that instantly made me happy. And by complimenting other people, you're like letting your brain be aware like, hey, being positive equals happiness. Like not only do they get something good out of it, but you feel good, so being positive equals feeling good, and that kind of like registers your brain, because once your brain starts thinking negative thoughts, like it goes downhill from there. Like if you're just down on yourself all the time, your brain's gonna get used to it and accustomed to it, and you don't want that. The third thing to do to be positive is find something you're good at. And I know that can be really hard, because if you're telling yourself you're not good at anything, then how do you feel good about something? Say you have a good grade in a class. It doesn't have to be like a AP class or like an English class. It could be like an elective. Say you have a really good grade in elective. Hey, I'm kind of good at this. Like, you need to be able to recognize things that like you are good at, and if you feel like you can't do that because you're so negative, look at your grades, look at if you do a sport, look at your statistics, look at something that is physical proof that you are good. In track, I do triple jump, right? And every time I mess up in the pit, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, like I suck. However, I have statistics, I have medals, I have stuff that proves that I'm not that bad. And I say that with like a grain of salt, because I'm not trying to be out here like, oh yeah, like I'm cool. But like, you can't deny it. Like, it's tangible, like you can hold it, it's there. For hurdles, last year we took first in our group at Woodbury Relays, and we all got gold watches. So, you know, whenever I'm feeling down or negative, like, I like to wear it, because every time I look at the watch I smile, because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is insane. Like, I was part of a team that got first place, like, and it just instantly, every time I talk about it, I just start smiling. Like, you can't deny this. Like, your brain, you can tell your brain, like, you suck, you're a failure, like, you can't do it. But if you have something that's physical proof, you can't deny it. Like, it's a fact. It is a fact. We won that last year. So if I suck, how did I be part of a team that took first place, you know? Because you can tell yourself, like, oh, I'm going to be a more positive person, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You're less likely to actually believe yourself. Whereas if you have something that's actual proof, then that can't. Another thing is focus on stuff you love doing. Because you can never, if you truly love something, you can never be sad or negative around it. I would honestly say that I love school. Unless I get like a grade back for like a quiz or a test, it's just a place where I go and like I instantly like feel so much better. Because like at home, like I'm an only child and I live like in the middle of nowhere, so like the time I get to talk to people, it's during school. Say you love reading. Well, if you're feeling really down on yourself one day, pick up a book and start reading, because the minute you're doing something you love, you're instantly gonna start to feel better. That again is just helping your brain, because being positive, it's all mental. You can't rely on Instagram likes. You can't rely on how many people Snapchat you, because at the end of the day, that doesn't mean anything. You have to yourself take it upon yourself to want to feel better. If you're relying on other people for your own happiness, this is not going to work. It'll be short-term happiness. You know, you post a photo, you get a bunch of comments, oh my gosh, like, oh, this person likes me, this person likes me. Okay, well, in 3 days when your photo's no longer relevant and you're not getting consistent likes and consistent comments, like, you're gonna feel like crap. You have to truly feel confident with yourself. And to truly feel confident with yourself, you have to stop bringing yourself down. Nobody is perfect. Everybody has flaws, and it's okay to admit those flaws. But there's a difference between admitting your flaws and completely bashing on yourself. Just being down on yourself, it's not gonna do you a favor. It's not gonna do your teammates a favor who hear you talking badly about yourself. Because if you're talking badly about yourself and then like other people over here, then they start talking badly on themselves, and it spreads, and it's this bad, dangerous virus that just like there's no shot for, you know? I don't know if this is boring to you, hopefully not. But these are just some of the things that do help me. So it got to a point in my life where like I was either like super duper happy or super duper depressed, and it's your brain cannot handle like the influx between like being happy and being negative. And now it's gotten to the point where it's like in the middle, you know, like I'm the equal amount, maybe a little bit more positive, like depending on the day. Because it would get to the point where like I'd be like, oh my gosh, I love life, and then I'd be like, oh, I hate everyone and everything. So just being a little bit more positive will make you feel less stressed. It'll just bring everything, you'll feel a lot more calm, and honestly, it'll definitely make your life a lot better. Because when you're negative on yourself, it's really not healthy. Especially in a world where like there is so many negative things out there, so many people out there who just want to bring you down. Like if you have all this hate coming at you and all this stress and everything else, it makes it really hard to feel positive. If you have a chance to be positive, just be positive, because the world is full of too much hate out there for you to contribute to it. And also, get yourself a pet. They help too. Thank you again for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, bye, and I hope to see you next time.